the gloves are so like tight, like they already are wrapped. How would that be illegal? I looked it up. There's nowhere in the
They're
rule. How does
not.
that make
It
it
did.
better? How does
Look,
that make it
look,
better?
man.
Man, let him
Look.
finish. Let him finish. Go, go. I don't want to
No,
go
no,
quick
no.
to.
I want to hear
All right, go,
the.
go. All right, my bad. Sorry, go.
Yeah, man. If you look in the first fight, look at the position of Fury's wrist and knuckles. They were at the bottom part of his gloves. You can clearly see this in a photo. Your hands are not supposed to be in the position that his wrist was in, that his hands were in. They're supposed to be at the top of the glove. Anybody with common sense knows this, man. Any
Okay, okay,
actual
okay.
boxing fan knows this. You,
Explain to me how
I'm a
that helps him.
Let him finish.
How does that help him? How does that make
Let him
him?
finish.
How does that
listen,
make Fury
listen.
better?
Let me ask you a question. Have you put on a pair of boxing gloves?
Yes,
I have as
Okay.
well, yes.
Have you put them on properly, not in the manner that Fury has?
yes, but he was wearing
Hold on,
Grant.
hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish asking you. If you notice the way Fury does it with his wrist like that, it think of it like Inspector Gadget. He gets a little extra range on his punches because he's flicking from the from the wrist and the hands, and it's giving extra range. It's like Wilder maybe thinking he's blocking here, blocking properly, but he really should be blocking a little bit further down if that makes sense. I'm having a little bit of a hard time explaining it to you, but you guys should get what I'm talking about.
Okay,
Also,
so that makes Devin Haney a cheater too, because
Jose,
against Gamboa,
Devin Haney,
he flicked his he flicks his.
Devin Haney doesn't do that.
Devin
Oh, he
Don't even
doesn't. Then
try.
why was his wrist like that in one of the replays?
Devin Haney doesn't do that. We're
Oh,
not
why doesn't he do
you
it though?
he doesn't do it. We're not gonna start deflecting,
and that's a
right?
call that, and we call that deflection tactic right there.
Are
What
these
about this
guys
one?
serious? Are they fucking serious? Or are they
By
just
the
like trolling?
No, we're not trolling. What's your name, by the way?
Jack,
Jack what?
Jack Alter.
Jack Alter. I think I may have heard of you. Yeah, you're some channel
What's her
I
name?
would never watch. You
What's her
can
name?
I go by Don Shada on YouTube, and I go by DVERITAS on Instagram,
So
Twitter.
Let's keep it about. Let's
let's
keep it
go
about
into
it.
my question now. Um,
Let me make my point, man. Wait, let me just say something, and then you can get back. I just want to say this regarding this Wilder Fury thing. I think I'm open to both sides. The only thing is, I just don't think either side has presented any evidence
can I?
on. Well, let me just finish what I'm saying.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Wilder, I get it. Wilder doesn't want to do this and that, but JD's was in the corner when the guy was getting his gloves wrapped. Now I know what people are gonna say and how they're gonna reply. They're gonna say stuff like, "You could cheat behind the scenes and you could do something after." But Wilder
Can
got rid of. Well, let me finish what I'm saying. Wilder got rid of Mark Breland, but he kept JD's. Now, to me, that looks bad. That's a contradiction. The guy the guy that was in the camp who watched the gloves getting taped and didn't have a problem. He keeps that guy and gets rid of the guy who potentially may have done something else or may have done something about it. The same guy who threw in the towel was looking out for his own fighter. I don't know. Like the whole thing to me is a contradiction, and
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
that makes sense. I
Now,
think
I
it
don't
is.
think so.
now
All
let
right,
me
man.
ask my point. Let me ask my point.
Yeah, I'm gonna go after you.
Okay, how sure were you guys that Joshua Fury was going to happen next?
I
I
wasn't.
wasn't sure.
I didn't know. I wasn't paying. I was just interested in the debate. I didn't really know. I was like 50-50. Could have been
Well,
Wilder. Could have been Joshua.
yeah, I was in that position too because I just found it quite bizarre that how you gonna announce little by little, update to update. For example, oh, they signed an agreement. No, it wasn't an official agreement. They signed an agreement that they'll agree to fight, but the fight needs to take place at this location. The split must be verified in an amount of 30 days. I'm
Talk by
like,
the mic. It looks like you're a bit further from the
Okay,
mic.
yeah, yeah, my
One
bad,
sec,
my
one
bad,
sec.
my bad, my bad. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah. Finish what you said.
Yeah, I just thought that was bizarre, and the fact that Hearn, not 100% his fault, but you're giving update to update on a fight. I'm like, why don't you just stop with the periodic updates and just announce when the fight is confirmed? That's the norm. But I found that a bit bizarre. And then you have Tyson Fury with his contradictions and his missteps, and then you hear one instance that the arbitration is not an issue. Wilder lost the case, even though there was no official ruling at that point. Then you have people like Eddie Hearn says, "Oh, that arbitration is not an issue." Then again, there may be an issue. it was just all over the place, man. I just knew at that
So,
point. Hamed
Can
and
I
I
ask you?
talked about.
so
Can I
Hamed,
ask y'all a
hold
question?
on,
Tyson
hold on,
Fury
real
lied.
quickly. Hold on a second, man. I was gonna say Hamed and myself, we were on the same page on this one because yes,
Yeah.
Hamed's a Fury fan and I'm a Wilder fan, but we both agree that you know what, this doesn't add up with the Joshua and Fury thing. It makes
Too
no sense.
many, too
How,
many, too
Yeah.
how,
many announcements, and they kept delaying. If you got an announcement, you make an announcement. You don't say next week, and
oh my
that's why.
God.
That's what. One second. That's why I thought Wilder had a leg to stand on, and that's why I don't blame Wilder. It's in the contract. You cannot blame Wilder for activating the rematch clause.
I'm shocked. Some actual common sense being utilized. Thank you very much. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. I'm being dead serious. I'm being dead serious. I mean, how could no seriously ask yourself, how could anybody believe Fury? How could anybody believe him? Like, I really want to know.
No, how if this guy can lie to your face less than 24 hours before the arbitration ruling, what makes this guy so trustworthy that you believe that there's no foul play that can ever be done by his side?
because there's no proof.
Well, you know what? To be fair,
Oh, okay.
Tyson Fury is a walking contradiction. Hamed
I
admits to
agree.
that as
Yeah,
well.
I agree with that.
He's a walking contradiction. As far as him announcing that fight on Sunday, where we're set to go, this, that, and the third, he didn't even mention that I signed the contract, we're ready to go. He didn't say that. And the fact is that I brought that to somebody. I hate to say it, the fanboy's attention, AJ fanboy's attention. Is like, well, you shouldn't jump the gun because he didn't even say that I signed the contract. All he said is I got off the phone with Prince. What was his name is? Whatever the name is. He said we're good to
Khalid.
go. Khalid, yeah. But why couldn't he say
Ain't no
that?
Prince
Hey, I
Khalid.
right. Yeah, there's a MBS Prince Mohammed bin Shah. But other than that, why couldn't you say? Why couldn't you say that? Oh, I got off the phone with my promoters, Bob Aaron, and Frank Warren. You know, I signed the contract. We're set to go. He didn't even say that. And me personally, I think he got ahead. He wanted to get ahead of the fact that he knew the arbitration
Someone
was
got
going to.
background.
I'm
Someone
sorry.
got background. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
somebody got background music. Yeah, but I think he wanted to get ahead of it because he knew the arbitration was going to rule against him. That's why I told people on that day. I was like, dude, I think he's trying to get ahead of it. I get that's what man, you're not at this conversation. I was like, I think he's trying to get ahead of the fact that the arbitration he's going to lose it. That's the reason why he put out that announcement. You know, which was kind of unexpected. Okay, great, but people jumped the gun, and I said again, don't jump the gun because he didn't even say he signed the contract.
Yeah.
So I would just wait until it's officially announced. So what do you know? Arbitration kind of stopped everything. Wilder won it, and everybody's pissed at him. I'm like, well, you shouldn't be mad at him because he had every legal right to go after his third fight. He had every legal
Yeah.
right to do it. Just like Joshua had a right to tell Andy Ruiz, hey, you're not getting out of my rematch with me. You think you're going to
Thank
go off
you.
and fight Wilder? You got a rematch clause with me, and that is legal binding. If you think you want to get out of it, see me in court. So
Thank you.
so I mean, at the same time, it's like, where's that same energy? People pissed off at Wilder for doing what he had to do, but nobody was upset when Andy Ruiz did what he. I mean, not Andy Ruiz. When Anthony Joshua did what he had to do with Andy Ruiz.
I agree.
Thank
And
you.
that's why I defended Wilder in that. But when it comes to resume, all these guys, Joshua, Fury, Wilder, they are